YouTube is the second largest search engine in the world, owned by the largest search engine in the world, Google. So if you've been creating content on YouTube that you think is great, but you're struggling to reach your ideal viewers, or maybe struggling to get any views at all, today's video is perfect for you because I'm actually going to share my screen and walk you through step by step how I optimize my YouTube videos for search before I hit publish. Hey there everyone, and welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you are new here. My name is Austin and I am a fashion and beauty content creator based in New York City. I use this channel to help micro-influencers create great content, grow their digital brands, and make sustainable income from content creation. So if any of that interests you, please do consider subscribing to my channel for new videos every Tuesday. So I love YouTube, as you might be able to guess, and YouTube is one of the best platforms for discoverability and getting put in front of a new audience. YouTube is a searchable platform, and unlike algorithm-controlled platforms like Instagram and TikTok, you can really optimize your videos, and if you're paying attention to SEO, get in front of your dream viewers who might convert into your dream subscribers, customers, or even future clients. Not only that, but there is stronger user intent with YouTube. People come to YouTube to search for something in particular, whereas on TikTok, you might just be scrolling and happen upon something and be a little less likely to take action on it. That's what makes YouTube one of my favorite platforms, and certainly the platform where I see the highest return on investment in my creator business. There are a few different ways you can get discovered on YouTube. You can be recommended in someone else's video, you can have your video pushed and suggested on the home screen, or someone can actually type in a search query and stumble across your video. So today we're going to focus on the back end of YouTube right before I hit upload. So I am going to share my screen and show you how I optimize my videos for search on YouTube. Hey everyone, so I'm sharing my screen here, and for purposes of this video, I am going to upload a new video to YouTube to show you what this process looks like. This is not a new video really, it's just something that I can use as an example. From the screen of my channel, I hit create, and now I can drag over a video to upload to my channel. So when I do this, you might notice that I actually have a preloaded description box here for my channel, and I'm going to show you how I set that up. So down here, this little gear icon will open up your channel settings, and you can actually select this tab, Upload Defaults, to upload a preloaded description box that will automatically load on every single one of your videos. Now, this is not only great for optimizing your videos for search, but it also saves you a lot of time. Once you have a system in place, it just preloads and you can go in and tweak and adjust as needed, but the fact that it's all right there is so helpful. I usually leave the title blank. I have a preloaded description box template, which we'll go through. I usually leave my visibility as unlisted before I upload, and I do custom tags for every video, so I leave the tags section blank. So let's go back to this example video that is currently uploading and walk through what is in the description box. So like I said, this preloads the same for every video because of my upload defaults, and the way that I have this set up not only helps me optimize for search on YouTube, but also helps me optimize for other conversions for my business, and I'll walk you through what some of those are. So first, for every video, I always have a custom separate intro that is specifically for this video. So it will be a very descriptive couple of sentences letting you know what the video is about. And I always try to include a few keywords or maybe even take inspiration from some of the tags that I'm using on my YouTube video to write that description so people know that they're in the right place and that this is the video that they're looking for. I typically have these 3 big calls to action linked at the top of all of my videos, and then we get into a couple more links. So I like to link all of the programs that I am actually an affiliate for. I do always list these here in case any creators are interested, and if you are considering signing up for any of these programs and it's because I've mentioned it, if you use my links, I always appreciate that. Scrolling down a little bit here, I get some questions sometimes about my filming equipment, and I'm hoping that this will be changing and upgrading slightly soon, but I do always leave links to the ring light that I use, my camera, and of course the tripod that I use when I am filming my YouTube videos. So then down here, I redirect people to some of my most viewed playlists on YouTube and also some of my most popular videos. So I kind of think of this almost as an FAQ section. So for example, if you are a lifestyle vlogger or creator and you're always getting questions about your relationship, but you have a video with your boyfriend that's the story of how we met, maybe that's something you would want to include in the description box template. For me, I often get questions about making media kits, pitching brands, Instagram tips, and things like that. So I do try to leave all of these links down here, which is not only good SEO practices because you are backlinking to that content, you're linking back to that source, and since that source is you, you're getting extra link juice out on the internet, but it's also really helpful for your audience and creates a place where they can always go to find your most asked about topics or most popular videos. And similarly, I do also link a few blog posts on topics I get asked about a lot. And then I have my social media links if people are interested in connecting with me outside of just YouTube. Now, down here, I have my music credit. So I do have an Epidemic Sound subscription, and you guys probably know the song that's in the beginning of all of my videos by now. It's like, da, 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 da. Anyway, you don't care. But I do credit that here. And then I always have this disclaimer down here that basically says I might use affiliate links here, whether the video is sponsored or not. I also like to put up some video tags. Now, I end up deleting this part of it and just list usually hashtag Austen Tosone, because that's my name and my channel name. And I'll pick maybe like 2 or 3 other hashtags to include in this video. And then don't ask me why. Someone told me this a long time ago and I've just been doing it lately, but video URL, just copy this link and also paste it at the bottom. I don't exactly know what that does, but I've been doing it for so long now, I feel like it would be silly if I stopped. For purposes of this video, since the example video I uploaded was me making a margarita for a partnership I did recently on my Instagram stories, I made the title potentially what your keyword might be for this video. So let's just say your keyword was how to make margaritas for beginners. You can then, from that title, get keyword inspiration for your intro. So I went ahead and swapped out that intro placeholder with a little intro that has a few keywords in it. So I don't have time to show my full keyword research process in this video. If you want to learn more about that though and level up your SEO game, my SEO masterclass is dropping this spring, and there is a link to sign up for the waitlist down below in the description box. So just as an example here, let's say some of the additional keywords around how to make margaritas for beginners were super easy margarita recipe, 6-ingredient recipe, 10-minute cocktail tutorial, stuff like that, that you can include in the intro. Because again, remember, the intro description will actually preview on the search engine results page on YouTube. So that could entice someone to click through if they are getting more information about what this video is actually going to be about. And I went ahead and updated the hashtags at the bottom of this to also include margarita recipe and cocktail tutorial, but you can obviously use whatever hashtags you want. And I do recommend making your channel name a hashtag because you just never know. Now, the next thing that you'll be uploading for your video is a thumbnail image. And since, again, this is just an example video, it takes me quite a while now to make my thumbnails because I've really leveled up my process. I just wanted to show you a recent thumbnail I've done and point out the one really important thing that I think is important for creating a thumbnail. So this is the thumbnail from my most recent video, the title of which was Influencer Secrets Answering All of Your Questions. So I think the key here is not to repeat the exact words of your title in your thumbnail, because you have the opportunity here to provide additional information, additional context, additional keywords about your YouTube video, and you can actually make use of that to help someone click through onto your video. The click-through rate, or CTR, on YouTube is really important and a big factor of your channel's success. Typical click-through rate on YouTube is usually somewhere between 4 and 5%. So the more people you can get to click through your video, the more people who will watch it. So like I said, the title of this video, which actually goes here, in your YouTube video for this was influencer secrets answering your questions. So I decided to put spilling the tea Q&A. And another thing to note is I actually shift this text left because if you open a thumbnail image on the YouTube mobile app, sometimes things on the right can appear on the side of the video and potentially block some of the text, like the ability to add it to a playlist or watch later, and also the little timestamp in the bottom right-hand corner. So keep that in mind for what it will look like on mobile preview if you do search for the video, and make sure that none of your text on your thumbnail is cut off. I also recommend adding all of your videos to a playlist because playlists can actually also show up in search, which is great. And I have a few playlists that are just of videos on my channel and of my content, but I've also went ahead and made some playlists where I go out and find maybe all of the best videos for negotiating brand deals, right? Because maybe I only have 2 or 3 videos about negotiating brand deals, but there are plenty of other great videos out there. And I can also create a playlist called Negotiating Brand Deals, and that could potentially populate in the search results if someone searches for that term. So you'll get more eyes on your content, and you'll also help out fellow creators in your niche, which is nice. Just keep in mind that if a video is unlisted and you add it to a playlist, that playlist will look like there's an error there before the video is published. It'll kind of just show like a grayed out box and it might say that video is not available. So if you can wait and add it to a playlist after you publish, that is more ideal. And then moving on down here to where you're going to click on Show More. This is where you can do more things to help with your SEO, and I'm going to scroll past pretty much everything else and just focus on the tags functionality. Now, tags are important because they can help further classify your video and give YouTube more information about what your video is actually all about. And you just want to make sure that you are adding relevant tags here, because YouTube can actually penalize you or rank your content lower if you have a lot of tags that aren't really related to the content of your video. So as long as they're related, you should be completely fine. I get tag inspiration from a few different places, and there are a few tags that I try to include in every video. The 2 tags that I try to include in every video are, number 1, my name. And if you just type a comma, it will separate the tag. And then I also make the title of the video tag also. So in this case, it would be. So those are 2 things that I always make tags, and tags can be in any order, by the way. So if these are the last 2 tags you add, that's completely fine. It doesn't matter which order you type them in. So now, where do I get ideas for tags? Well, first of all, I think you have to know who your competition is on YouTube. So we should, and hopefully you would have done some keyword research before even filming this video to verify that it is a topic that your audience cares about and see what the competition is. But let's go ahead and type it in again. Okay, so let's say this was the keyword I was going after and we just wanted to go ahead and search it again. So looking at just some of the titles of the videos that are ranking, maybe Margarita Basics could be a tag, Easy Margarita could be a tag, Margarita Mistakes to Avoid could be a tag. So definitely getting some inspiration from the already popular videos. Also, I have TubeBuddy installed over here, and it will tell me common video tags too that I can pull from, which is so helpful. Use your judgment here. Some of them will be more general than others, like alcohol is a really general tag, so I might be more inclined to use something like cocktail recipe, but you can certainly use a mix of the tags that are suggested. This is also Keywords Everywhere is also a plugin that I use. It shows the other kind of most used tags. Also, even Cinco de Mayo, that's a good tag to know about, especially I'm filming this video on April 13th, so if I were actually uploading my margarita recipe, I would probably anticipate a bunch of searches between now and the lead up to Cinco de Mayo. Now, if you're not yet ready to invest in keyword research tools like TubeBuddy or Keywords Everywhere is pretty affordable. I just want to mention though, you have a built-in kind of keyword search function right here. So you can use the YouTube search bar and the autofill to anticipate tags that you can use in your videos. So let's just say that we wanted to do how to make margaritas. Look at all of the things that populate, and these search volumes that you see here are coming from my Keywords Everywhere plugin. how to make margaritas at home with margarita mix, with a blender on the rocks, with Jose Cuervo, with 1800, with Margaritaville machine, with a Ninja blender. You can get really specific here and get ideas of, first of all, great keywords to go after, and also, like I said, tags to kind of reinforce what your video is about and help YouTube help anyone who's searching for your content find what they're looking for. We could also go a different way. Instead of how to make margaritas, if we just go margaritas, we can see, let's see, margaritas. Oh, lots of Spanish that I apparently don't understand from when I took it in high school. Let's just say margarita recipe, maybe. Oh, sure. So margarita recipe strawberry at home, frozen, with triple sec, easy, with a blender. You get a lot of ideas just from doing this. So after you do your keyword research, you would go in and enter all of those tags. You can enter up to 500 characters here, and be sure to pick the ones that are most relevant to the content and that you think will get your video discovered by new people. Okay, so we've talked about title, we've talked about intro, we've talked about hashtags, video URL, playlists, thumbnails, and tags. The last thing that I always make sure to do to optimize my YouTube videos for search is to include closed captions in it, because YouTube can scan the closed captions and pick out keywords, which is really great. So I haven't given this video, I don't think, enough time to process, but if I were to, on the side of the video in my backend, click on subtitles, if they were ready by YouTube, or this video might actually be silent, so maybe there aren't any, it would say option to duplicate and edit the automatically generated subtitles from YouTube. Now, I ignored this for a while and was like, yeah, the automatically generated ones are fine. And they might be if you're just starting out, or again, if you're on a budget, but I just wanted to share that I recently found an awesome tool that gets like way more of the captions right, and that actually really ends up saving me a lot of time. So I just wanted to show you what that is. Okay, so this is the tool I have called Otter AI. I recently upgraded to the pro version of it, but you could try it for free, I think up until a certain amount of minutes. So all I do is upload my video, I can X out of it, it will notify me when the transcription is done via email. So like, for example, these are the closed captions from my video where I answered all of your questions about 1 year as a content creator, and it automatically capitalizes things for me. Like the YouTube ones don't really even capitalize, like the U and T in tube, and maybe this is the Virgo in me, but I really do feel like it makes a difference, and especially for anyone who uses the captions, that it is helpful and makes it even more clear. Not to mention, I mean, my name has a unique spelling, so I can train Otter AI to recognize my name and spell it with an E and not an I. And also, let's see if I talk about TikTok anywhere in here, and I've already gone in and made any corrections I need to for this transcription, but if I do say TikTok anywhere in here, here's TikTok, but sometimes it types it out as TikTok, like TICK, and that's not going to help me with YouTube search and SEO, right? If you're searching for how to make TikTok videos and my closed captions say the other TikTok, YouTube might not make the connection. They might think I'm talking about clocks when really I'm talking about social media's most fun platform. But then once you have the subtitles that you want to add, you can either upload an SRT file, you can have them auto sync, or you can type them in manually. So I'll usually do the auto sync option, which is really, really helpful. All right, and then of course you guys can review this before you hit publish, make sure everything looks good, and make sure that all of your tags are over here. It falls under that show more tab, so make sure that you open it up, check it out, and that everything is in place that should be. That is everything I do right before I hit upload to optimize my YouTube videos for search. Alright, you guys, and that concludes this tutorial. If this piqued your interest at all and you want to learn more about SEO, I wanted to remind you one more time that my masterclass is going live this spring. So the waitlist is linked down below in the description box. That is the best place to sign up to get notifications about the masterclass, the launch date, and all of the other information that you will need. It is coming this spring, date TBA, and I'm so excited to share, honestly, my SEO obsession at this point with you guys on a deeper level. If you are not yet a subscriber to my channel, I would love to have you as a subscriber. I do publish new videos every Tuesday, and you can even turn on the notification bell so that you get notified right when I publish new videos. And also, if you enjoyed this video, please do give it a thumbs up down below. That really helps my channel out, and it's a signal to me that you enjoy this type of content and that I should create more of it. I'll be back again next Tuesday with another new video. Until then, thank you again for watching. Have a great rest of your day, and I will see you then. Bye.